Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you're doing great. Welcome to Miss Annie's Home and Kitchen. Today I am just making an all-time favorite, right? I am making macaroni and cheese, and I'm making it the old-fashioned way, but not with lots and lots of ingredients. I remember one time when my girls were little, I thought I'm totally making homemade macaroni and cheese, and it had all these different cheeses and all the thing, and I made it and they were like, it's okay, Mom, but we prefer the macaroni and cheese in the box, the Kraft macaroni and cheese. So this is not a hard recipe. It's pretty simple. It is in my cookbook. Can you see that? So it's on page 19. So if you have my cookbook, you can follow along. If you don't have my cookbook, you know where to get it, okay? At missannieshomeandkitchen.com. All right, so I'm just gonna get started. You're just gonna need 4 cups of cooked elbow macaroni, and so I've already cooked it and I've drained it and it's still warm, so I'm gonna add this to my bowl. Okay, I'm gonna get this out of the way. All right, and while the macaroni is still warm, you're gonna add 2 cups of grated cheese. And I'm just gonna, of course you can grate your own cheese if you would like, but I just picked up the Sargento cheese and I'm gonna add that, okay? And then you just mix this in. And we're gonna leave this for a minute because we're gonna mix up the other ingredients in a separate bowl. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this aside for just a second. Okay, next, in another bowl, you're just gonna take 3 eggs beaten, and I've already beaten them, and you're just gonna add it to your bowl. Then we need 1/2 cup of sour cream. I'm gonna add my sour cream. And I'm using, you know, those awesome spatulas, you guys. You can find them on my favorites on my website. So great. I love them. Okay, and then you need 4 tablespoons of butter, or 1/2 stick of butter cut up. Okay, so you don't need it melted. You just want to cut it up. So I've done that. All right. You need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then you want 1 cup of milk. Okay. And now I'm just gonna mix this up. Okay. Just gonna mix this up. The butter is not gonna be melted or anything, and that's fine. Okay. Once I dump it over into the warm macaroni and cheese, that butter is gonna melt. Okay. So that's all you do. And then I'm gonna move this back over here, and I'm gonna pour all of this into this bowl. We're just gonna stir this around. So I've been looking at the rest of the month, of May, and Memorial Day is coming up. So I am going to just be sharing some great recipes for, you know, it's getting warmer. And so I'll be sharing just some festive, fun things every Wednesday. That's when I always do my little treats, you guys, is on Wednesday. So look for those cute treats. So you'll see some patriotic special things coming up on Wednesdays. All right. So it's mixed up, and now I'm just gonna put it in my casserole dish. So I'm gonna move this over just a little bit. All right. Some of you have asked me about this casserole dish, and I have to show you. I love this thing, and I got it at Publix, and I'm trying to think. It's called Good Cook. So it's called Good Cook. All right. So if you want to find it, you can. I don't have it on my favorites because we looked and currently it's not on Amazon anywhere, okay? All right, so I'm gonna dump this in. And you can see it's not melted, but that's okay. It will just bubble up and cook. It's gonna be so amazing, so good. And I'm gonna put this in my oven. I've set the oven for 350. I'm gonna add a little bit of cheese to the top. You can add more cheese if you want. You don't have to if you don't want to. But you know, cheese is always so delicious and yummy. Okay, so I've got the cheese on there. All right, so I'm gonna put it in the oven for 30 to 40 minutes. And then when it comes out, we'll check it out. So let me go ahead and put it in. I'm gonna put it in for 30, and then I'll, of course, you guys know I always put it in for the less amount of time, because you can always add more time. If I put it in for 40 and it was too brown, then that doesn't work. So I always start it with the least amount and then I work up. All right. Okay. So I'll see you in just a little bit. Okay, everybody. The macaroni and cheese was in the oven I actually left it in for about almost 40 minutes. It was all bubbly, and anyway, it is just, I'm gonna move this over just a little bit more so you guys can see it. Okay. It is gonna be so good. I promise you, your family will love it. It's just, like I said, so simple, so easy. So I'm gonna take this out. I actually love a little bit of pepper on mine, and so I'm gonna get my pepper out. Have you guys seen these cute little boxes? This is salt and pepper box or something on the top. Mama Sue introduced me to this, and so it just has your little salt and your pepper in it. It's just so great. So you can just sprinkle a little bit on there. Just do a little pinch of it. I just love it. Okay, so I'm gonna taste this. I know it's gonna be so good. And I put it in this bowl because this is dinner for me. I just would just sit down with this and eat the whole thing. You guys, this is so good. You are gonna love it. If you love macaroni and cheese and something that's not too hard to put together, this is delicious. Okay, thanks everybody for joining me. I just love you so much. Always remember that you can do hard things, and especially remember that sometimes those hard things, I kind of say this a lot, but sometimes the hard things are just when you have a goal that you want to accomplish. Like Daryl and I actually, we get up every morning, at least we try to. The alarm rings at 5. Then it rings again at 5:15. And then finally by 5:30, we're out the door. And I will have to say, I've been exercising for years and years and years and years and years. And sometimes I think that maybe there's people who think that you just, if you are that kind of a person, that you just love it. But I have to tell you that almost every single morning for years, I really don't want to get out of bed. But I know how I feel after I do it. And I know how proud I am of myself. And I know that I just feel better. So I always think to myself, and Daryl and I will say this, like at 5:30 when we're finding it hard to actually get out the door, I always say, we're going to feel amazing in an hour. Like in an hour, it's going to feel awesome. So that's just a simple little example of being willing to do hard things, because it makes your life just so much better. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I just love you. Thanks for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye.